Hello gamers, this is Brain from GameBrain.media. Today we're going to finish up the fishing game ranking. Let's call it a ranking. I don't want to call it a review because I'm not really going to, okay, it's a review and a ranking. There's a little bit of each. It's going to be a mixture. Anyway, let's roll. I'm going to start with Fishing Planet because, now this isn't the rank order, but I have the most hours in this game. And it is absolutely phenomenal. And they just released an update, and you can see it says just updated. And Lone Star Lake has been completely reworked. You can pause here and read all the rest. They're going to be working their way through the rest of the lakes in the game. The lakes that you can go to are going to be enhanced and improved and possibly expanded. Oh man, I really hope that is true and it happens, because the Florida Everglades has just so much opportunity. If they could figure out how to put a damned boat into the Florida Everglades, we would be thrilled. But Fishing Planet it's kind of unique because it has fish in a specific spot, and that's their spawn point, and they always regenerate at that spot. So you can put a marker in the water and go fish that same spot and catch that same 3-pound bluegill unique over and over and over and over and over. Russian fishing is the other game that we're going to talk about next, and it's an example of just fish migration, and they appear at different places at different times, and it's not really spawning, it's migration, right? So one day you might have caught a bunch of catfish over here in this corner in the morning, but in the afternoon you can go fish that area that you used to catch catfish in, and you ain't gonna get nothing. But if you have a bluegill marker, morning, noon, or night, you're probably gonna catch a bluegill at the Fishing Planet marker. So, different nuances between these games. So anyway, yeah, I got 1,987 hours. I got 3 million or 5 million or 7. I don't know. I got a lot of money in in-game money from catching fish, and you have to turn them in, right? Now, keep in mind, that's important. Fishing Planet is getting visual updates. It's getting expanded areas of existing lakes. Not everything that I'm aware of, but man, I would love to see a better version of Emerald Lake. It's a beautiful place. And the waterway goes off to the left and it goes off to the right. And there seem like prime opportunities for those lakes to be expanded, right? Oh man, I just think there's so much more in store for Fishing Planet. I got my fingers crossed anyways. Alright, on to Russian Fishing 4. Alright, this silly-ass cartoon banner with the stupid bear and the Team Fortress 2 guy fishing in a cartoon lake. It just makes me go, nah, pass. However, if you drill down and you get into it, I can't. This isn't clickable screens. I was going to click the community hub, but it's a very pretty game. I can't currently make videos with games because my audio has been destroyed after the last OBS, open broadcasting software that we use to, capture video for video games and desktops, and it won't capture that video. It will only capture my microphone. The last update, they went to, I don't know, not quadraphonic, but some kind of bi-level, whatever. It's jacked up, dude. Anyway, back to Russian Fishing. It looks like a cartoon game. It looks like a child's game, but it's actually beautiful. I can't stand that they're depicting it with this cartoonish crap. Sorry, Russia. I'm not a fan of your artwork. I'm a fan of the game, and it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. However, yeah, it's jacked up, dude. They've got signs on buildings that are in Russian, and you have to walk up to this building before you get a pop-up that has actually been translated into English, and then you discover that, oh, this is the general store. This is the tackle store. This is the fish market. Oh, this is the restaurant. But you can't tell. Where do you go? I can't speak Russian, but there's buildings, and that's the kind of words that are on the sign. People up! And you don't know. You have to walk around. It's like, bro, I came here to fish, not sell my fish at the hardware store. No, it's not. You can't. You can't. You walk up to a goddamn building, and suddenly you get a pop-up when you're within 10 feet that says hardware, tackle box, general store. And then they've tried to make it, ooh, so much more sim-like. You have to buy food to keep your guy alive. My guy could literally starve to death. He's got 100 pounds of fish in his basket, but he's going to starve because he got dehydrated and he didn't go to the store and spend that money that he... All right, so here's as I understand it, here's the hierarchy. You go and you fish. You catch a fish, you take it to the little fish market store. The fish market, let's say you have 10 fish. You sell them 9 fish and you get some money. Then you take the 1 fish and you go over to the restaurant. And then you have to go to the restaurant and tell them that you want them to cook your final fish, your last leftover fish. So then you give them that fish and they charge you money for cooking it. So now that comes out of your money basket of the fish that you caught and you had in your fish basket, right? So then you eat, and then your character gains strength, and now you can go fishing again. And you could also go to the general store. You can buy bread, water, energy drinks, vegetables, and probably beef jerky, or I don't know, dude. It was just like, this is tedious bullshit. Why is my guy gonna die? He's in a video game. We came here to fish. We didn't come here to live. And, all right, so like I said, the environments are absolutely beautiful. The cartoon banner and character shown on the screen here and these silly maintenance things are just so childish. Like show yourself, dude. Show off your stuff. Like that banner could be this incredible, beautiful, scenic wonderland that, I've only been to two or three of the lakes in Russian fishing. 3, I think. Anyway, it really is. It's got a lot of potential, but they can't straighten out English signage, English labeled buildings. They can't switch or do the math from metric to imperial. So everything you catch is going to be metric, and everything you buy and sell. It's just a jacked up mess. But it's free. So I highly recommend trying it. I played 10 hours in there. I mean, it's a pretty place. And I don't like the fact that you got to walk everywhere. Now, I learned a trick. You can travel to a different lake. Like, I was at the far end of the lake, and there are no fast travel points. You can jump in a pickup truck and drive there, but it's really still a very slow slog. Now, the best thing this game's got going for it is every time I logged in, I had happy hour. The first hour of, real-time hour, I would fish for an hour. And it was just one bite after another, after another, after another. It's happy hour, dude. It's the first hour you're jumping in to play the game. In 1 hour, you've gone through a full day-to-night cycle. Right? Every 15 minutes is several hours, let's say, is a quarter of a day. Then a half hour is a half an hour in real life is a half a day. So you go from sunrise to sunset in that 1 hour, and that's your happy hour. And you catch a ton of fish because they're giving them to you. And that was really, really great. And I played, well, that's why I have 10 hours in the game, is because for 10 days, maybe with, 2 days on, 2 days off, 2 days on, 1 day off, 1 day on, 3 days off. And anyway, I accumulated 10 hours, but I only played the happy hour because after that, the tempo and the frequency of bites drops off dramatically. So I just gave up. Anyway, that's Russian fishing. Let's go on to the next screen. Bassmaster Fishing 2022. Okay, this is a dovetail game, and that's going to be important going forward in this presentation or in this video. Dovetail Games is a game developer, publisher, whatever they want to call them. But this game was really fun for me, and it was 8.8 hours because when I didn't play Russian fishing, I jumped in here. And I played for about 20 minutes to a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes to an hour. And then I was done. I was like, okay. I think I probably played this game 15 times. Right? So 8 hours, I guess it was about a half an hour average. But, like I said, some days I jump in for 20 minutes and I get bored because it's just too easy. Now, it's also how I set the game up. I did choose easy mode, and I wasn't trying to do the full-on Bassmaster competitions, although I did do that several times. And, you have to catch a certain amount of fish in a certain amount of time, and blah, blah, blah. So that was, it was fun to try the tournament mode, but for the most part, I just wanted to go in there, jump in, catch fish, and my next video is going to be a bunch of screenshots from a bunch of these games. Not all of them, because I don't have all of them available anymore. I deleted all the Fishing Planet stuff because it was old and I don't have any hard drive space. So if you want to help me out with that, you can visit troysweb.com. My name is Troy. Troy S. Web. troysweb.com. And there's a PayPal button. You can use any credit card. They're just a regular processing company. I also have a Buy Me a Coffee button. So there you go. Bassmaster, it was really fun because I could jump in and I would just have non-stop hits and frequency, right? Just like Russian fishing for the first hour, I was very happy. But then I got bored because then it just becomes a slog and it's the grind. And, this goes back to Fishing Planet. Fishing Planet is a grind. But, I don't know, man. For Fishing Planet, it was a much more social experience. I had 2 or 3 friends on Discord, and every morning we'd get up and have coffee. Dude on the East Coast, me in the Midwest, was Central Time, and we had a dude who got up stupid early on the West Coast. And we'd all get up, have our coffee, go fishing for an hour, and then see you later. And, that buddy system and being able to share locations and markers and, hey, I'm over, we would all go to the same lake. It's like, but we would have different times a day in our games because we were all playing different, instances of the game, right? So let's say Noah and Brad and me, Troy, troysweb.com, troysweb.com. Yeah. And my 2 buddies, we would all go to Colorado Lake, and, Brad it would be 8 a.m. his time in the game. In the game I'm playing, it was 8 p.m., but Noah was at noon. So he's getting different bite and hit rates, and he's throwing out different bait at a different target, different marker. And, things are lighting up for him. Things are lighting up for Brad. I'm catching all kinds of fish here. And then as my time changes, I go over to where Brad was, and he goes over to where I was, or Noah was. And, yeah, dude, Fishing Planet was just really fun and social, and that's where all those hours came from. Because over several years, I hung out with some friends in the morning for coffee, and then I moved on with my day. So, oh man, yeah, good times, good memories. All right, let's see what's next. Well, what's next is Fishing Sim World Pro Tour. This is the predecessor of Bassmaster Fishing 2022. Okay, this is the 2018-2019 version of this game. This game is the game for Bassmaster Fishing 2022. It's really Fishing Sim World 2022. The Pro Tour mode also has another variation, and I don't remember if it's Cabela's or Bass Pro or Bass Pro Shop, or I don't know. There's some weird variation of this, and I read, don't buy that one. It's limited, and it's trying to sell you their lures, and it limits the amount of tackle that you have and the amount of locations you go to, because it has to only be specific to the actual Pro Tour sponsored by that particular company that sponsors that particular tour. So whatever, dude. This is a dovetail game. Like I said, this came out in 2018 or 19. This came out in 2022. It's the same developer. The gameplay and the style and the catching of the fish is all very, very, very similar. So they're both very, very fun. You notice I have very, very close hours in each of them. But, I didn't become obsessed with them. I kind of got bored with them pretty quickly because Fishing Planet is much deeper. This game, I imagine, I could have tried more tournament play and it might have been more interesting, but I don't know, racing the clock to catch fish. Be it Bassmaster Fishing, BMF tournaments are on my sports channel every night when I go to bed and I don't want to watch Big Bang Theory reruns or Stargate. Bam! I'm going to go to Bassmaster. I'm going to go to the sports channel, and sometimes it's Bone Collector, whitetail chasers. I don't know. There's all kinds of everything hunting and fishing is on that particular channel. And I don't really care for watching the bass fishing. These guys are just out there. They're just hucking, and then they're reeling. They'll throw a fish in a boat. They unhook, weigh it, throw it in the water. Don't care. Kill the fish. Really, guys? Can you respect the fish that you catch a little bit more? No, doesn't matter. They're hardy. So, whatever. I'm not a fan of those shows. But I am a fan of Bassmaster Fishing 2022 because it's an arcade game. Russian Fishing and Fishing Planet are much more simulation, sim-like, right? So I think I beat that horse as hard as I can. Now we're getting on to Ultimate Fishing Simulator. I played 12 and a half hours in this game. I really did like this game. I caught some sharks. I caught some marlin. What's that other? Anyway, it's a big fish. I can't remember what it was, but I didn't understand how to save it to my aquarium. That's one of the beautiful things about this particular game. They give you a fishing lodge, or what do you call that? I don't know, a giant trophy room. Yeah, I guess it's a lodge. And every room is for each different lake in the game, and there are 10 lakes that I got in this game. Dude, I bought. Okay, I can't move on to that. Yeah, okay. Fishing Simulator 2. I bought that game, and by buying this game for like $4, they threw in Ultimate Fishing Simulator version 1. But version 1 is going to get updated. That's coming up in another slide. But I played 12 hours in this. I started populating the walls once I understood. Like, I deleted a couple of fish, not realizing that I could have put them on my wall, could have put them in my aquarium. I just didn't know how. So be careful as you go. There are also cheats available for this particular game in... it used to be called WeMod, W-E-M-O-D, WeMod. And now I think it's called Wizard, or... I don't know, I can't remember. But just look for WeMod, and it will show you the name of the new game. And I have, it's downloadable exe. I scanned it with Avast antivirus, anti-malware bytes, super anti-spyware, and Spybot Search and Destroy. And it came up clean in all 4 of those. And I also just did an AI search asking about, have there been instances and reports of, phishing or viruses or malware or spyware attached to this particular website and service and exe, and everything came up clean, dude. So I'm just telling you, I did use it's not really hacks. All you do is it's a money cheat. For the most part, you get a money cheat. So I got a bunch of money, and I was able to spend my money to upgrade my skills. Oh, I guess you can upgrade your XP points or skill points. So I upgraded my skills. I could see underwater. But, it's a time limited. You press a hotkey, and it's whoosh, 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 whoosh. And you suddenly can see through the water. And there's a giant sailfish over there. There's a swordfish over there. There's a marlin over here. There's I don't know, whatever is around your boat. But that's the thing. It's really tough to find landmarks or navigation points and return to the same area. The map is huge. You spend a lot of time motorboating in this particular game. And who doesn't love a good motorboat? But in this game, it kind of is boring. So, Ultimate Fishing Simulator 2. Well, here it is. Ultimate Fishing Simulator is getting a beta update. They are doing a full map remaster of every lake. So, with this 10-year updates thing, they gave you 10 DLCs. I bought 10 lakes for $10. Come on, man, that was a deal. Because I do have faith. I mean, this game it captured my interest. It was an odd combination of the arcade with the skill points and the sea underwater stuff, and the sim. So I can't knock this game hard because it's not knockable. It was a good game. So far, I've basically liked every single game, right? Well, let's talk about this. Eurofishing. This is also by Dovetail Games, the people who made Bassmaster Fishing 2022 and Fishing SimWorld Pro Tour from the year 2018 or 19. I got this as a bundle for $2.99. I got Eurofishing and I got The Catch. Now, I haven't even installed them or played them yet. You notice here there's no hours logged and it says install. Here it says install. There's no hours logged. Here you can see it says play because it's already installed. I'm out of hard drive space, dude, so I can't install this. I can't give you I can't give it a chance. But, I'm not a huge fan of European fishing because they've taken all the really good game fish and they've eaten the lake. Nobody wants to eat a carp, although people do. They do eat carp. They don't want to eat carp. It's the only fish in the lake because, people have lived around that lake for 1,000 years and they took anything edible out of it. That's my take. That's my assumption. I'm not claiming that as truth. Anyway, here we go. This is the end, my beautiful friend, the end. All right, up at the top, you can see I've listed all the games, and really, Sega Fishing, I've crossed out with a red line because it's no longer available. But you can put all these games on your wish list and wait for them to go on sale, and pick one up as you go. In the meantime, get Fishing Planet. That is my number one go-to game for fishing games. You can get it for free, and you will not regret it. And then put the other games on your wish list, and if you get a pop-up that says, hey, one of your favorite games or one of your wish list games is on sale, go buy the damn thing. You're going to want to do that. I'm here to tell you. So anyway, buy them all. For $15, you can't go wrong, right? It was really fun exploring all these games, and I'm telling you that you will have fun exploring all of these games. So number one, Fishing Planet. Hell yeah, brother. It's free. It just got upgraded visually. It got an expansion on some of the earlier lakes, or at least Lone Star as a minimum. And I think they're going to keep doing that going forward, is refresh their existing content to keep people engaged. Because once you're engaged in the game, they're competing now with Russian Fishing 4, which is just as pretty, or prettier than the original Fishing Planet lakes, I would argue. But Russian Fishing has a lot of things I don't like about it, which is the Russian language signs, the lack of imperial measurements. Come on, man, why is everything in metric, dude? And the whole, you have to feed your fishermen, you have to buy them an energy drink, and you have to drink water intermittently throughout the day, and you can't fast travel to different docks around the lake, but you can get in a truck and drive to the opposite side of the lake. But then you have to go and you have to sell your fish. You don't just get cashed out when you leave the lake. So there's a lot of like irritating. It's too. They want to make it too sim-like. Dude, if I want that, I'll go to Skyrim. I'll use the fishing mod, the camping mod, the hunting mod. If I want my character to die while I'm trying to have fun and go fishing and hunting, then I would go to Skyrim. Anyway, yeah, that's a whole nother kettle of fish. And then we get to Ultimate Fishing Simulator 1 and 2. It goes on sale. Ultimate Fishing Simulator was on sale for 99 cents. And by the way, you get Ultimate Fishing Simulator 1 for free. Or maybe it was a buy one, get the other one for $1. And then they offered you 10 DLCs. And now they're promising to give you a free remaster upgrade of all the DLC. So you're going to get 10 lakes that have been visually upgraded in Ultimate Fishing Simulator 1, because maybe they haven't figured out how to really get Ultimate Fishing Simulator 2 differentiated. Or, I mean, the graphics in Ultimate Fishing Simulator 2 are really, really better than Ultimate Fishing Simulator 1. But they already have 10 lakes in that game. And if they can, I assume they're trying to use AI to upgrade a lot of individual parts of the game. And then they need to go through and make sure all those things work and didn't get broken, right? Quality control. So anyway, there's my ranking. It's Fishing Planet number 1. It's free. Do it. You will not regret it. How can you regret something free? You're going to spend some hours in it, but to me, it is still the most genuine fishing simulator on Steam. And you don't even have to get it on Steam. You can get it just from Fishing Planet directly. But I prefer to have it in Steam. It gets automatically updated. Yeah, but I abuse. So, yeah. 100% Fishing Planet, game number 1. Jump in. It's free. Learn how to do the things. There's tons and tons and tons of content creators that have beat that horse to death. I'm not going to do it. I will tell you to do leapfrog, right? You go to Lone Star Lake. You have a little crappy rod and reel. You catch enough fish to buy the second reel. Don't do it. Don't do it. Leapfrog. Wait for the third best thing they offer you, right? Don't always take the first thing you qualify to get. Use the bluegill rod, and earn enough money to buy the second rod. Let's just call it, I don't know, the drum rod. But then skip that and wait until you can buy a walleye rod, because then you haven't wasted your money and now you have to use rod number 2 to fish and fish and fish and buy rod number 3. Well, if you skip rod number 2, you can buy rod number 3, and that will make you eligible to go to, again, leapfrogging the lakes. Don't stay at Lone Star. Leapfrog. Wait until you can get 2 lakes. Skip over the next one they offer you and get the third lake they offer you. I think that might be Nearin River, Mudwater, or Mud River. I can't remember. And then, really, if you can hold out and you've got the discipline, wait until you can get to Emerald Lake. I would go from Lone Star to Emerald in a heartbeat, and I would not buy the first available fish or keep net or stringer. Ignore number 2, ignore number 3, and wait until you can get to number 4. Dude, money is at the core of the game. So that's my advice on Fishing Planet, and I'm here to tell you, it's a really fun game, and you can find your own strategy, you can find your own way. You can buy DLC and just skip all the crap that I talked about. You don't have to fish your way to Emerald Lake. You can spend $10 and buy the lake. So, there you go. That's pretty much it for this video. Next up is going to be a slideshow for each of the individual games of the fish, or the screens that I have captured in the process of making this video. In the meantime, if you want more content, go to GameBrain.media, click any of those icons, because I have different content in different genres and niches. They don't all have video on those channels yet, but subscribe to the channel and you'll be notified when I post content there. I do have content on MotoDIRT and Pizza Guy DIY. So hopefully you will join the pizza party and join me for motocross racing games. If you want to, buy me a pizza, buy me a coffee. It's the same exact company, same exact. If you're part of the buy me a coffee, the buy me a pizza is the thing. It's the same company. But, you know, a coffee's $5, a pizza's $15. So, anyway, clicking that button doesn't tie you into $15. Just want to clarify. And, you know, PayPal and Buy Me a Coffee are nothing more than CCPs. Credit card payment industry, credit card payment processors. Credit card processors, there you go. PCI DSS, they are all part of the PCI DSS, so it's just Payment Card Industry Data Security Standards. And you don't need to be a member at PayPal or Buy Me a Pizza. I think you need to be a member. But if you go to PayPal, you can use any credit card, and you don't have to join PayPal. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to give them maybe giving them your email address is part of the process. But really, if you have any dispute, or if you're over your credit card limit, you're going to get a notice probably from Visa instead of PayPal. I don't remember. It's been a long time, but subscribe, like, share, comment, and hopefully I'll see you on the next video. Bye.